Hello, everybody. Grady, Polcyn here, Family First Life America Training Studio. I'm sitting here with my man, Jamie Chirio. Got an applause for you.
Oh, I love it.
I'm new to this. I'm new to this sort of podcasting at a higher quality level. You know, I did a lot of recordings on a cell phone, and now we've got something more special. This is a beautiful room we've gotten instilled here. Always thankful to Jade and China for all the hard work they put into putting this together here in our Arizona office. But today we're sitting with Jamie Chirio. Happy to have him here down here visiting from the farm he lives on in Oregon. And you'd be surprised. People go, what do you do with all the? How do you get so many leads? Can I get them closer to my house? After a while, your neighbors stop filling them out, so you do have to drive a little bit. And Jamie, we'll get him to talk about his lead flow and structure, and talk about how hard he works in comparisons now to his previous business adventures. But it's always good to spend some time with the people that are going out there and making it happen. And the big thing in business and life is that there's no glory without crazy hard effort for at least a short period of time. Not like a 2-week period of time, and not a 10-year period of time, but you go hard for a couple years, you can really create and craft up something special. And so excited to have him here in our training studio and spend some time with him to help you guys who are looking into potentially Family First Life, or who are already working with us, since I think we're probably over 50,000 agents right now as a company, and growing, right? We should do just right around $500 million in commissions earned this year, on track to the next year or two eclipsing that $1 billion commission mark, which is a tremendous accomplishment. So just excited to have you here today, my man. Excited for all this success you've had. I'm gonna rattle off your successes before you get a chance to. But Jamie Chirio right now has built an insurance agency issue paying right around $3.5 million a year now. Over I apologize. Over $4 million a year. We got to do appropriate numbers, because $350,000 a month times 12, that's my math works, is right around 4.2 million, which is exciting.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, and but it's it wasn't luck, right? It wasn't luck. Jamie leads by example. He sells at an incredibly high level, if not the number one producer, top 3 producer in our entire agency of 600 agents. One of the top producers, probably top 50 producer in all of 50,000 agents in the whole company, and he does that from a farm in Oregon. So if he can do it, why can't you? And so Jamie and I have known each other for quite some time, but I want him to come on and say hi for a little bit, and then we'll jump into some sort of, maybe we'll look at a little business analysis about our thoughts of having known each other for something over 10 years now.
Yeah, dude. You're one of my oldest friends. It's crazy to say. So
that's cool. So 10 years now, and how he's now, beyond doing well, highly succeeding here in the insurance space. So how you doing today, Jamie?
I'm fantastic, man. Feels good to be here. It's the best business ever, and I can't say that enough. I feel so incredibly grateful for just what this has done for my family, but also I'd be doing a disservice to everybody who's watching this if I didn't say this has been the hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life, but it's also been the most worthwhile thing that I've ever done.
I agree. Anything worth hard is worth sucking at first, struggling with first, deciding over and over is something you want to keep doing. And I think you, as a person, you grant yourself ease to keep going if you're surrounded by others that are winning too. And I think FFL provides that, such a network of people that are working hard, which now you've ascended yourself into, and now you're inspiring others. But let's talk a little bit about, your background a little bit. The things that you've done, previous businesses, because I think what happens is there's lots of great training out there. There's lots of great phone script and in-home videos. But what's more important for, I think, someone to understand is, you just used the magical phrase, the best business ever. People who are of a mindset that I don't want to do what they do, or money is evil, or sales, I'm not a salesperson, right? We're not salespeople, we're order takers. We're not salespeople, we're order fulfillers. Get lost in the fact of what they could do here, and they compare insurance, right? Us, what we do at FFL, at least our insurance niche, to other things they've seen, heard, commercials they've seen on TV, billboards and advertisements. And so let's reflect for a little bit on maybe some previous businesses, the other kind of avenues that can be attended to or done in the insurance industry, and then how that all kind of correlates to what we do here at FFL. Because, a lot of this is for two people. One, You as someone who's watching this who hasn't yet taken that leap of faith and gotten started with us, sit down for your test, pass your insurance license, become an agent, and then maybe who is an agent, but you just haven't decided to go all in with us. And that's a difficult, both are difficult decisions, right? Walking away from the warm corporate bosom that you've grown up in and that your family's grown up in and your friends work in, and that you've booked your schedules, and there's always birthday parties on Saturdays because that's when everyone has the weekend off. I got it. But this world's a little different. You got to work a lot harder, but it's a short-term, couple year, 18, 36 month rocket ship of hard work that then can help you build a cash flow agency that can provide you for a long time. So whether you are looking at us from is this insurance thing something I want to do, or whether you're already in this insurance thing and really trying to let go of the chains that are pulling you back from where you are still working, let's talk about kind of just some business stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I was the guy who felt like I jumped from opportunity to opportunity trying to find the thing that was for me. And I know that you asked me in the beginning, like, who is the perfect person that you would want to find for this? And it really is that person who has not found their stride, that person who's jumped from company to company, opportunity to opportunity, sales gig to sales gig, and they just haven't ascended to the level in which they know that they can, or they don't feel like they're getting paid what they're worth. And for me, if I'm being completely honest, after finding what I found to be, relative success at a young age, 18 years old, making a six-figure income, company paid for a car, the whole deal, and losing that overnight. I also had a big ego when I moved to the next opportunity that I did my trench work.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to, I would have much rather been the guy who delegated everything and was the puppet master who brought everyone to the next opportunity and trained them and taught them what to do. But I never wanted to go back and get in the trenches. And when I saw this opportunity, I almost saw it as beneath me because I didn't know what it really was. For some reason, I associated this with like door-to-door, like vacuum sales, door knocking, I don't know, pest control, and nothing wrong with that. Like, none of those industries are bad in any way, but for some reason, I felt like that was beneath me because that was hard work, trench work, and I had gotten to this point where I wanted to live this laptop lifestyle where I just delegated everything and told everybody else what to do, and then I could make a profit off of it. And I'll kind of dig into kind of what that has looked like over the years, but I thought this was beneath me, and the trench work is the thing that I had to drop my pride on, and I'm so grateful that I did because, honestly, I didn't know that I even had it in me anymore, to be honest. I was at that point where, when we first reconnected, we didn't reconnect for me to come into the insurance business as an agent. We reconnected as, hey, Grady, I've been on the entrepreneur roller coaster for the last 5-6 years. You've seen it, and I'm looking for some stability. And you brought me in from a corporate perspective to help with some of your marketing and operational stuff. And I looked at a solid paycheck, and I'm so grateful for that. But I was at a point where I was willing to accept so little at that time for that amount of work. And I knew that I had so much more in me. So you never, pushed me. You said, hey, when you're ready, we can hop outside of this box. And, it took some circumstances for me to hop outside of that box. And it was the best decision I ever made. So just to kind of dig back to it, I mean, you and I, we met in direct sales, network marketing.
Yeah.
We were slanging energy drinks to college kids.
Hey, they bought them.
Yep. We had a nice 3-letter acronym, the Young People Revolution.
Yeah.
And we traveled all around the world in the country selling the dream in bro tanks and snapbacks and board shorts. And it was fun. It was amazing. But that business that we thought was going to be there for the rest of our lives, the business that we thought was going to be the business we brought our grandchildren to the convention, that business was taken away from us overnight. And I stayed in the industry, and you got into software sales, and you helped us out a little bit in that next opportunity, helped us build some systems and some sales tools. And, we just kept going. We went from company to company to company. We even tried to launch our own network marketing company, and we fell flat on our face.
What did you like about network marketing so much?
That's a great question. I'll just preface this with saying Family First Life is everything I love about network marketing, minus everything I hate about it.
I agree.
When I say that, it's because the team building aspect, I love the culture. I love the ability for people to come around and rally around a common cause, rally around changing their lives. But I love Family First Life because it takes the guy who has 0 social influence and puts him on the same level as the guy with 10,000 Facebook friends. And it says, hey, if you buy leads and you go to work, you can change your family's life. And I love that. The guy who came into my network marketing business, who was never able to recruit at a high level, he went to the Walmart parking lot and he went to the mall and he tried to prospect the Uber driver, and he wasn't very good at it. And like, no offense to him, like he probably wasn't going to make it in that business. But the culture, everything that was there, I love what that business taught me. But there were so many people I didn't feel like who were hard workers ever really truly had a real equal opportunity to succeed and make it. And I feel like anybody has that opportunity here. Wouldn't you agree?
I do. I think that that caveat you're talking about, going to the Walmart parking lot or recruiting the Uber driver, the main way you earn compensation in network marketing model is you have to get a customer or sell someone something. So there has to be a financial transaction that exists in order to reap some sort of commissionable return. Mm-hmm. And there is no lead flow of, for a guy with no social network and no cash flow in order to find customers to buy energy drinks or electricity or protein shakes, whatever. And, that's okay. But in insurance, if you have no social network, you can literally purchase customers of people that have requested interest, and you go out there and facilitate that request. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the platform is equal. So that's what I love so much about FFL, is that not only the platform is level, but it's 100% dictated by work ethic, right? It's not like, hey, I did some, or it's work ethic and results, right? I did some events and I did some calls and I did some meetings and, we rah-rahed the team, right? There's no manipulation in insurance, or at least our insurance industry, to keep people around who aren't making any money. We, as quickly as possible, try to say, hey, are you going to work hard, dial the phone, and go out there and protect families? And if not, you're not going to make it here. The manipulation and network marketing system is that the upline makes money when the distributor, the rep, the guy at the Walmart parking lot just pays his monthly dues to be a part of the company. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't exist here, right?
Yeah, and I think we talked about it on the phone the other day, and I think it's fair to say that probably 85% of people who are in network marketing, they're glorified customers. Mm-hmm. And I remember at one point in my network marketing career, if you took away the entire business model just to hang out with the people, I'd be willing to pay $150 a month just to hang out with the people, and okay. If you took away the opportunity, but obviously I was there to make money.
Correct.
I was there to earn a living. I was there to build a team, but I did, there was amazing things from those businesses that I can never, I met my wife through network marketing. I can't ever discount that.
Yeah. Yeah. And this isn't a network marketing bash call. This is just where Jamie and I met, and we spent 7 years in it together. And I think there's a lot of value. And so for you, and some self-reflection about the things that you've done in your life, the careers you've had, the places you've been, the jobs you've had, et cetera, have refined and formed you to whom you are, right? Everyone who's great at something sacrificed time away from something they loved in order to get good at that thing that they're now great at. Right? Artists sacrifice time with family, musicians, singers, athletes, right? You doing 550 practice free throws every single day because you want to go pro or want to go get on a college team. That takes hours of time to practice those free throws away from someone else. So Jamie and I, fortunately, we made minuscule money, but we practiced the art of talking to people and explaining to them a potential opportunity and being excited about our future and being excited about the vision for a life that's greater than the one we're living, and the hope and the fact that the company that we are a part of, and for all of us, it wasn't something that matriculated, but God led us the right way to FFL, and the company that we're a part of, we were excited about bringing other people and sharing it with. And I think that where we are today is right. What sort of confidence do you have about introducing this to someone?
I mean, I'm the most confident I've ever been in recruiting. If I'm being completely honest, I think I personally ever recruited under 10 people into network marketing. Now, it turned into a team of over 10,000. I was really good at helping other people recruit, but I didn't like doing the work.
Got it.
I just wasn't a fan of that. I didn't want to put my...
Why weren't you?
I was afraid that my friends wouldn't make it.
Got it.
And I didn't want to I had a couple of friends in the beginning not make it, and it definitely fractured our relationships. So I would have much rather worked through your friend group and found friends of friends of friends and built a team that way. And I found some of my best friends that way. So in regards to this business, I would say there's so many different opportunities out there to make money.
Sure.
And I think that if you are in insurance sales at all, there is zero doubt in the world that Family First Life is the best place to be. But my major argument is if you're in sales, period, I think Family First Life is the best place to be.
I agree.
So, I mean, we talked a little bit about network marketing. I mean, let's just not make it about that. There's other opportunities
I mean,
out there.
we still have lots of friends in that industry, and they're doing whatever they're doing, and we wish them well and success. I found my home. Jamie's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you make last month?
45 in deposits.
45 in deposits. Not bad. Not bad month.
So I want to talk about, we have friends in real estate.
Yeah.
We still have friends in software sales. We have friends who have startup companies. We have friends who sell solar door to door. We have friends who are in the financial markets, friends who are in a lot of different business models. And let's just kind of, dig into some of those. I mean, let's start with real estate, for instance. Real estate, I think real estate agents would absolutely crush it here. I think that real estate agents, they have a level of professionalism that can't really be matched by most industries. They pride themselves in that. And the one thing that I see with a real estate agent, the amount of hard work that they put in for such a long sales cycle. What is it, 2-3 months sometimes to close a home. And I mean, I've seen
that's after that's after finding the home.
That's after finding the home. And I had a conversation with one of my agents who came from the real estate industry, and I asked him kind of what he thought were some of the pros and cons. And he said there was somebody else that could mess up the deal that was outside of his control, whether it was the inspector or the appraiser or the buyer or the seller at the last minute after a 3-month sales cycle, after putting your hopes and dreams into this commission coming in, the inspector could say, hey, there's something wrong with the house, and the entire deal blows up. So I think that's wild. And I think there are a lot of people who sell at a high level in real estate that if they came here, they would see an incredible opportunity. I mean, why do you think a real estate agent would be good here?
Well, first, I don't think there's a lot of people that sell at a high level. I think that there's not a lot of people who sell at a high level. That I talked to a guy the other day. He said his wife was 0.01% in the top real estate of all of Arizona, and she made like $100,000 last year.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of people that get their license because they want to sell a house for their cousin, and maybe they want to sell their own house or buy their own house and get the commission. That's fine. But I think that the people that become realtors have a goal of creating a business, of being a professional. Right? I think there is a desire amongst most people that they want to be respected, and they want to have a career that holds value and weight, and they want to help people. And I think realtors do all that stuff. I do also think, though, that a multi-month sales cycle and a depression in leads and no real lead flow, and the licensure process is 10 times harder than it is to get your insurance license, and all the other fees that go along with it. And there's a lot more technicalities on home purchases from title and mortgage and lenders that exist, right? You get your license. I say I want a policy. You ask me a couple questions. Then you ask for advice either from your mentor or in a group where there's people who all sell hundreds of thousands of dollars a year offering you advice. And they say, write Americo HMS because he's 37 and can get his cash back in 20 years. And you go, here, Grady, it's $173 a month, and you get all your money back in 20 years. And I go, is that all? And you go, no, there's living benefits associated with that too, that if you come down with a chronic, critical, or terminal illness, they're going to give you 100% of the face value. And then if something, God forbid, happens, either going to give a big check to Chantel, and then Grady, when nothing happens to you in 20 years and a day, they're going to give you all the money back you spent, tax-free. And then I go, Jamie, that makes a lot of sense. And you go, push hard, 3 copies. No, it's not like that, but it's basically that simple. And in 2 days you get compensated. In a day I get my policy, and my wife's protected, and my kids have less stress, or I have less stress, and et cetera. So I think that for realtors who have this desire to be professionals and want to wear jackets and fancy shoes and drive Audis and go take people around to look at 10 homes and be that professional. Look here. Look here. You can be a professional. I wear a polo and slacks and black dress shoes and walk around with a bag. I went to thousands of homes and met with families and shook hands and had a lanyard and left business cards, and I took care of them, and I was paid incredibly well for doing so. And if you're in real estate and you're not working, why not get your insurance license too? You already passed one test. This one's easier. I mean, it's still, you got to pass it, but it'll take. I got guys that knock it out in 48 hours.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I think realtors could crush it here, dude.
Yeah. I think another sect of people that they would just be so remiss if they didn't look at this are the door-to-door community. Mm-hmm. We know some killers in the door-to-door community, and they do well.
It's crazy. It's a whole. They hold conventions, door-to-door conventions.
I just got off the phone with one of my agents and one of his new prospects that's coming in, and he was a very high-level door-to-door solar guy, and he just kind of talked to me about the grind. And I respect the grind.
What is their grind?
The grind, they train their guys, and they all jump into a van, and they go to a random neighborhood, and they knock on doors all day long. And there's different kinds of door-to-door. You have the door-to-door that's just for a summer, a seasonal type business, but then you got solar that's year-round if you're in specific markets. So these guys literally will knock doors year-round, and the goal is in the beginning, you're a door knocker, and then you become a closer, and you have a team of people knocking doors for you, setting up deals for you. So you've got an override structure, but you have zero residuals, and every single day you start at zero.
It's all cultivated leads too, based on whether or not Betty's home.
Correct.
Those guys could do well here. I think they could do. We do not have that regimented of a training structure. It's far more simple than that. They have to create the interest. You're knocking on my door and saying, "Grady, are you interested in solar?" I'm sure they're far more tactful with the way they do it. But
they're super tactful. He walked me through how they do at the door. I couldn't do it good service, but
we'll get him on once he gets going. But
they get in those doors. But like you said, this was somebody who did not request the information about solar.
That's fascinating, and they're creating sales,
and that's also a longer sales cycle.
That is. They got to install the whole thing, and a lot of them have to be attached to their mortgage or a loan.
Yeah, it has to be attached to a mortgage and a loan sometimes, and also certain states have different tax credits that are available for solar, and there's a lot of tax credit available right now from what I've been being told, but that could change in the next couple of years, and that could totally change their entire industry, and you could have a bunch of people out of work or with less opportunity, a little bit harder of a sales cycle if policy changes for them.
What I hear is I think those guys, they work really hard, and people that work hard do really well here, right? That's it. That's the answer. Do we have leads? Yes. Do we have the highest commission rates in the industry? Yes. Do we have no barriers to entry with no fees? Is it easy to get a license? Yes. Is it vested rules day one? Do you have contracts? No, none. We're the anti every other. I was talking to the CEO of another company. We're looking to bring in on this complimentary product for our agents. And he's like, I talk to a lot of people that run IMOs, and he's like, the things you're telling me are unlike every other one we service. And I was like, I didn't want to be cliche, but I was like, yeah, well, that's why we're the rogue IMO. No, I didn't say it like that, but I was like, yeah, we're the anti-IMO. We're the IMO, or the company. So IMO, for those who don't know what that means, it's Insurance Marketing Organization. There's a bunch out there. We're the biggest. But there's a bunch out there that don't service their agents the way we do. They don't take care of them the way we do. They don't give them opportunity the way we do. And that's the reason why we're growing the way we are. But the thing that I would express to these door-to-door solar roofing, rainbow vacuum cleaner. I remember a dude came over one time and he's like, I've got the rainbow vacuum cleaner. He's like, well, I want to show you your the bed mites in your sheets. And he's like, can I show you? And I was like, I guess. And he pulls back the covers, takes this vacuum that was on the floor. He probably dragged in from the street, puts it on my fitted sheet, starts vacuuming my fitted sheet. And then he flips it over and he's like, you see all this? This is skin. And I'm like, that's disgusting. Get out of my house. But that was his pitch. Someone taught him that, and they make sales vacuuming up dead skin out of people's beds, and that's way harder than what we do. Talking to Bob and Betty about protecting little Janie, God forbid something happened.
Yeah, and you got the guy who sells knives, and it's like, hey, let me watch me cut through this brick with this knife, but now watch how easily it cuts through a slice of bread. So
hey, to the knife guys out there, you could do well here too. This is Jamie and I letting you come on. We're here, and we're not knife specialists or vacuum cleaner salesmen or realtors or solar guys. We have friends that have done it. We're very knowledgeable about entrepreneurship. So if you're looking in those, look here first.
I think another industry, an industry that you and I have had a little bit more experience in post-network marketing, was affiliate marketing, digital marketing, just the digital world. And I know at least for me, and we kind of went a little bit of a different route. You got more into the software sales, affiliate marketing side of things, and I got more into the digital marketing. For me, I saw an advertisement from one of those digital marketing gurus that said, Jamie, learn how to make $10,000 a month by selling $10,000 Facebook ad packages. And I was like, I could sell 10 chiropractors $1,000 a month package and I can make $10,000 a month. That's legit.
Yeah.
I'm about it. And
sure,
that attracted me into that industry. And we decided to start a business. And, we ended up veering away from that route. Originally, we actually started in software with an Instagram software, and we had probably close to 500-600 clients on the software. And then Instagram changes their terms and agreements and their algorithm, and our software just doesn't work overnight. And now we've got 450 mad clients who want refunds and charging back our merchant account and all kinds of things. So, I mean, that changed overnight. And I mean, you started your own software. You actually built it, right?
Yeah. I partnered with two guys. We built a very cool software, and we were successful for a while until the market changed and competition entered the market that had more money than we did. I don't think that's the guy. That's a different niche than I think that we want to focus on being.
It's the sales guy.
The guys who sell, Super Dan's, mindset training, coaching, and affiliate, and program to reprogram your life to, and coaching package, $2,999. And then in the subject line it says, if you want to sell Super Dan's coaching package, we'll pay you a 70% commission for anyone you bring on. And like those guys, I hate. Like I just think that those guys are the epitome of manipulating people who are vulnerable. And vulnerable, that there are people that are looking for faith, hope, and a plan. There are people that are looking for an opportunity to do better. And those type of guys that sell these mastermind coaching packages, fly to Belize for $13,000 and spend 3 days and we'll walk on hot coals for, that's not a Tony Robbins jab. I think Tony Robbins has some great stuff to help you get better. But it's the guys that don't have the chops, right? They've done nothing. They maybe worked under someone. They're decent writers, so they write well to manipulate, and they sell fluff. And the fluff they sell, they pay big commissions on to people because they can't sell it on their own because it doesn't have enough weight. So they pay big commissions on it, and then people push that stuff to their marketing. And so, we're going on tangents here, but like, I think that there's so much. There's a day of reckoning coming for those people, the people that are manipulating weaker people to spend their hard-earned money and their savings and using credit card lines to buy coaching packages and masterminds with gurus. And granted, there's a window and there's a place and time for some of these things, but there's a vast majority of them that are complete nonsense that those guys are using to manipulate weaker people, not physically, weaker people mentally, who want change, but they're really offering nothing. And you look at that, come buy my mastermind for $13,000, Jamie. We'll go to Belize for 3 days, and I'm going to teach you everything I know. Except for what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a PDF and a hat, and then we're going to go to dinner twice.
Yeah.
Or come to FFL. Everything's free.
Yeah.
You'll pay for nothing. You pay for the things you do pay for. Let me back up. You pay for a couple things: gas, your license, your E&O insurance, which is $39 a month. That's just to protect you if you make a mistake on the application, and your own leads from our different lead vendors. Mm-hmm. So there are marginal costs. Yeah. Marginal, nominal.
And the people who buy those courses, they're looking for change.
They are. They want a better life.
And I would argue to say, and you say this all the time, this is a personal development program, with a pay plan.
Yeah.
I can't say it any better way than that. And it's like somebody could come here and they could go through the hard knocks of dialing the phone and rejection and learning how to create a skill set where they can make money at will versus learning from the guru online.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap up, I think that there's a lot of opportunity out there. A lot of people looking for opportunity. And I don't think it's fair for those people to be manipulated, but I also think that sometimes you gotta get the wool pulled over your eyes to then find out what it is that you want. Mm-hmm. And do I want Betty at 57 spending $13,000 to go with Super Dan to Belize for his mastermind for the free hat and the two meals? No. But I also think that there are people out there that can come look at this insurance business that we've created here, plug into our boot camps, plug into our free calls, join us on our TNLs and the Next Level Live type training calls, etc., and get a far more higher level education on human interaction, sales, rebuttals, et cetera, on what we do very well and put themselves in a position where they can create a continual cash flow business.
So I guess before we go, somebody who is willing to put in the work, if they do everything that somebody who's been here for a while says to do, they book 30 appointments, they're willing to spend the money on leads, they're willing to drive to meet families, I mean, what kind of results can they expect? And just based on what you're seeing other people do.
I mean, month one, they could issue pay $20,000, which means they would be advanced 15, take out taxes and lead costs. They're keeping around $12,000. That's if they spend about $1,000 a week on leads. Now I understand $1,000 is a chunk to spend when you have when you're tight on money. I was tight on money when I started, but I swiped the card for $1,700, which is all the room I had left on the credit card until I maxed it out, and I went to work. I bet on myself and went to work, dialed the phone hundreds and hundreds of times, booked appointments all across the city, drove around, protected families, and then took that cash flow that came in and reinvested it in my business. As Jordan Lowry always says, you only need to buy leads one time, and the rest of it's house money, and you invest that on your business. So I think that someone's coming willing and wanting to work hard and put forth the effort. They could get themselves a $20,000 a month issue paid, which means right around 140 to 170,000 of kept commissions by their second, third month on a roll. You're not going to make that month 3, but you'll be setting yourselves on a track record to start to do that. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and it's pretty average, right? At least here in this culture.
It's average for a full-time producer, right? There's a lot of people that go part-time or say they're full-time and they only work part-time. And there's a lot of people that are part-time that work no time. A lot of people that are full-time work no time, right? But for a real person who's working, they're working the business, booking up 25, 30 appointments a week, going out there and sitting with 15 to 20 families a week. You're going to protect half of those. Average policy is going to be $80 a month. Or with our commission rates, there's no reason you can't make that kind of money.
So you can learn a skill set where you say it best. You can learn to make money at will. Number one. Number two, you can teach other people how to do that. You can build an agency and you can create leverage and you can earn a pretty good living. And then you get to a point where you've just recently, surpassed this phase even where you've built a massive agency to the point where, you're not in the field and you're earning some pretty serious overrides that allows you to employ 4 or 5 full-time staff members, and you have a real business that's earning some serious overrides. And then that's already the dream when you get to that point. But then Family First Life partnered with Integrity Marketing Group. We can just give like a 30-second commercial on the light at the end of the tunnel if you decide to work hard here.
Our parent company, Integrity Marketing Group, is actively looking for more partners. And a partner is someone who has a healthy, profitable business with staff, structure, good profitability, and a leader who wants to continue to run it. And they are going to issue pay north of $7 billion this year, and they're actively looking to participate and partner with other insurance agencies. And the thing at FFL that's different than those captive agencies out there with no leads and low comp to start and investor renewals after 10 years, the difference between them and us is the fact that you own your business from day one. You 100% own your business. There's no contract you signed. There's no contract that I own any part of your business or Sean does or Andrew does. It's 100% yours. And when you grow to a profitable level, Integrity will take a look at you and go, this looks like a guy we should partner with too. And that's what the light at the end of the tunnel is. They give you, we can't go into all the details of it, but it's amazing.
But they acquire your business.
They acquire your business and then pay you to continue to run it.
For those who don't really understand that concept, think Shark Tank for insurance companies. They're the biggest venture capital company for insurance agencies. And how many agencies have they acquired? Ballpark.
100.
100. And we have 11 inside of Family First Life. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're one of the only IMOs to have multiple partnerships.
Correct.
We might be the only one.
I think there's a couple other, but we're the one that has the most. And our goal is to have 40 by the end of this year. So we're growing like crazy. There's an unstoppable opportunity for those that'll go work hard. You look at the numbers the insurance industry does is our company's going to do $500 million this year. We're the largest IMO in our space. The insurance industry as a whole is $678 billion. So it's a massive, massive industry. We have a lot of work to do, but the upside to be a part of FFL is it's unprecedented, untapped, and there's no limits to what we can do here because there's always people requesting coverage. Silver Tsunami is every day. There's 15,000 people turning 65 or more, which is just that category of people alone. there's still 100 million people in the U.S. already for us to be able to go protect between 18 and 85. So it's a lot of opportunity out there, Jamie. So appreciate you joining me today, my man.
Thanks, man. And I'll end it with this. If you're trying to find your home, this can be it. Family First Life can be the place that can change your life forever. Jump from opportunity to opportunity. If you're going to keep jumping, at least jump here. Give it a shot. People who jump here don't leave.
Amen. I agree. Talk soon. Jamie, what's your phone number?
Oh, yeah. If you want to work with me,
Yeah.
248-496-1606.
One more time for the people that write slow.
248-496-1606. And you can find me on Instagram or Facebook, Jamie Chirio, Chirio.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Jamie, for joining me. Thank you to you that spent some time with us today. Hopefully this time was well invested, and we assure you that if you have any questions, reach out. If you have any concerns, get them answered. And if you've got an inspired bone, join us. We're here to help. Talk soon. Bye for now.